National flags and civic heraldry operate as functional talismans. Ancient mystery schools designed these emblems to anchor specific cosmological energies into the terrestrial political sphere. While the modern friction between Israel and Iran centers on territorial disputes, the underlying mechanism is a ritual collision of cosmological archetypes. This practice, known as astrotheological statecraft, allows the descendants of ancient stellar, solar, and lunar cults to encode celestial movements into state power. These mystery school lineages have meticulously preserved this discipline, transmitting their symbolic lexicons through the architecture of Rosicrucian and Masonic orders. Evaluating international relations through a strictly political lens ignores the foundational magic operating in plain sight, which dictates the framework of global conflict. Decoding these civic talismans require the framework of spiritual physics established by esotericists like Rudolf Steiner. Steiner defined the sun as the active principle of human will, an emissive force projecting into the cosmos. The moon represents its polar opposite, receptive thought. This reflective force flows passively back to Earth to bind that active will. Madame Blavatsky's work in occult numerology provides the architectural glue for these energies, using specific numbers to mathematically lock solar and lunar forces into physical symbols. Understanding this specific solar and lunar dialectic transforms these Middle Eastern emblems from arbitrary aesthetic choices into precise esoteric machinery. The modern flag of Israel focuses the observer entirely on its central blue hexagram. Ancient schools encoded deities into geography. Israel is a linguistic composite of three ancient powers, Isis, Ra, and El, mapping to lunar, solar, and Saturnian energies. These planetary glyphs converge into the hexagram, a Kabbalistic structural anchor, locking the spiritual and material realms together. This six-pointed geometry is utilized in Masonic tradition to mathematically subjugate chaotic natural forces under a strict, unyielding hierarchy. This makes the flag a sophisticated Saturnian and solar matrix engineered to anchor rigid spiritual authority into the material world. The pre-1979 flag of Iran established a very different esoteric baseline through its historic lion and sun motif. This lion tracks back to the Atenist cult at ancient Egypt, a solar religion where the lion served as the Red King, representing solar royalty. Using Steiner's physics, this emblem operates as a pure projection of active solar will. This emissive Atenist energy exists in direct opposition to the mathematically binding, restrictive Saturnian energy found in the Israeli hexagram. For decades, the old Iranian state functioned as an esoteric beacon of unrestrained solar projection. The 1979 revolution executed a radical semiotic replacement, overthrowing the Atenist solar lion for a highly stylized abstract emblem. While presented as a tulip and a sword, the new central emblem's geometry conceals a hidden crescent lunar architecture. The choice of deep red links the symbol to Martian and Scorpionic archetypes of blood and violent domination. This esoteric coding continues at the flag's fringe, framed by exactly 22 pointed geometric borders. This specific count cross-references with Blavatsky's occult numerology, representing the 22 letters and arcana utilized by ancient stellar cults to categorize cosmic forces. The 1979 revolution represented a total transition from Atenist solar will to a strict, subjugating lunar and martial theological framework. Aligning these esoteric profiles reveals a direct juxtaposition between the blue Saturnian hexagram and the red Martian crescent. Israel manifests a Kabbalistic structural matrix focused on hierarchical order, while Iran projects a martial lunar structure focused on combative power. These two profiles are perfectly complementary. They are interlocking pieces of a singular astrotheological architecture. This regional tension is the physical manifestation of an ancient alchemical drama. The conflict between sun and moon, Saturn and Mars, is simply being acted out on a modern geopolitical stage. The apparent sovereignty of the modern state serves as a container for the predetermined mechanics of ancient stellar cults, transforming nations into functional proxy talismans.